you, my dear senior high school students. My name is Teacher Crisel from Malina National High School. Are you ready for another video that's full of learnings? Video that will make you think and learn significant things. Before we start for another interactive discussion, I just want to remind you about the 3 important things. First, ready your materials such as your pen, paper, and your printed module so that you can take note the important details about our topic for today. Second, always listen and understand the key concepts that will be discussed in this video lesson. And for the third one, don't forget to smile, relax, and enjoy while learning. Are you all ready? Before we proceed to our today's topic, let us revisit our previous discussion during our synchronous session. In our previous discussion, we talked about how important research is to one's life. Yes, you heard it right. Research is very important, for it is not only a tool for building knowledge and facilitating learning, but it also allows us to disapprove lies and support truths. As a matter of fact, research develops our critical thinking skills. It gives us knowledge and learning. It also provides us an information that we can apply or use in our daily life. I will give you some examples. We do research to help the students who experience struggle in learning. We do research to identify the urgent needs of our countrymen, especially those people who are really in need. And hopefully, through research, we can solve their problems. In addition, we do research to improve the services and treatments that we receive, not just only for us, but also for future generations. And that is how important research is to one's life. For this time, we will have another video that will hopefully help you improve your research skills. But before we continue to our proper discussion, let me give you this scenario that can boost your knowledge about our topic for this day. Imagine that you are in a national bookstore and planning to buy a book. What is the foremost thing that you will read on the book that you were going to buy? Great! The foremost thing that you will read is the title of the book. But what if you have 2 or 3 more choices of books? Which one will you buy? Perfect! You will buy the book that truly caught your interest. Now, based on the scenario and to these jumbled letters, what do you think is our topic for today? Great job! It is all about writing a research title. So what are we waiting for? Let us explore more our lesson by starting with the end in mind. For this topic, we have 3 objectives. First, identify the possible sources of research problems. Second, assess the characteristics of a research title. And for the third one, write a research title. If you don't have any question in mind, let us start by defining the words research title. The research title itself provides a summary of the main idea, and it is usually short and concise. Additionally, the following are the characteristics or features of a good research title. The first characteristics of a good research title is it should be a mirror of the whole research paper. Second, it must be clear and concise. Third, it should be self-explanatory. Fourth, it must be essential and worth to know. Now, let us dig them deeper one by one. The research title is a mirror of the whole research paper because it should predict the content of the research paper. From the title itself, readers must be able to understand the main goal of the researcher in doing that kind of research. Second, keep the research title as concise as possible. It is not mandatory to have longer titles. In fact, this is one of the misconceptions of some researchers. They thought that the longer the title, the better. But the truth is, it is a big no. Remember, longer titles are not a measurement of a successful research. As a matter of fact, the researcher should only use 5 to 15 content words. Third one, research title should be explanatory. It should contain important keywords that will make it easier to be understood. Because as a researcher, our goal is to make the research title comprehensible even to the people who are not experts in the field. Lastly, research title must be essential and interesting to the readers. A good research title must showcase the urgency and significance of conducting it. These are all the characteristics that a research title must have. It is a mirror of the whole research paper. It is concise, clear, self-explanatory, and the most important thing, it is essential. Now that you know the characteristics of a research title, let us know the possible sources of research problems. I will give you 2 possible sources of research problems. Let us start for the first one. Here is our first possible source of research problem. Solutions are available but not yet tested and not yet known by the practitioner. For example, the use of different contextualized instructional learning material in teaching is a good source of research problem. The material to be used is already present or existing. But as a researcher, your goal here is to collect pieces of evidence that can testify the effectiveness of these contextualized learning materials in teaching. Through this kind of research, people will be aware of the facts that will help them to know which statements or ideas that they are going to disapprove and support. The second possible source of research problem is no solutions are available to answer the gap or the problem that being assessed. This means that in crafting a good research title, good research gap as well must be considered. The gap is the missing piece or pieces in the research literature. It is also the area that has not yet been explored or is underexplored. For these reasons, the insufficiency of reliable and valid solutions on a particular gap can be a good cause or reason of research problem that will eventually lead to a great research topic or to a great research title. Above all, these are some of the considerations that a researcher should delve into and investigate to produce a research topic or research title that can be beneficial to a lot of people. Let us elaborate it by applying all the learning that we had on our today's discussion. For this time, listen carefully to my instructions. I will give 2 examples of research titles and you will identify if it is a good research title or if it is not. If it is a good research title, shout, "Awesome!" But if it is not a good research title, shout, "Deficient." Are we all clear? Okay, now I know that you are all ready with our today's activity. Let us begin with the first research title. Here is our first research title: The Role of a Good versus Bad Use of Calculators in the 6th grade classroom as it affects math and reading scores. How do you classify this research title? Is it awesome or is it deficient? For 10 seconds, think of your final answer. Now, shout your answer. Correct! It is deficient. Why is it deficient? Does the researcher on this study observe the conciseness and brevity of words in crafting the research title? Or does the main objective or purpose of the researcher in doing this kind of research is well presented? If your answer to all my questions are no, then you made them all correct. But if you have yes answer, take time to watch this video again. Remember students, reading and mathematics are two major variables that contain distinct and unique attributes. Therefore, these variables must not put together in just one study. Additionally, the use of the words good versus bad produce redundancy of the word effect. Consequently, we can consider this research title as a full one. Is everything clear to you now? That's great! Let us proceed to the second research title. Again, shout awesome if it is good, and shout deficient if it is not a good research title. Here is our second research title: Development of Contextualized Reading Material for Enhancing the Reading Comprehension of the Kindergarten Students. Now, think of your final answer for 10 seconds. Now, shout your answer. That's great! It's awesome! This time, let us discover why we consider this research title as a good one. Does the research title imply an output at the end of the day? Yes! What is it? Perfect! The output in this research will be the contextualized reading material. Does the title give you a clearer reflection of the whole content of the research paper? Yes! Now, what are the keywords that used by the researcher to describe the whole concept of the research paper? Correct! These are the reading comprehension and contextualized reading material. These are also the variables that the researcher used in his or her study. Okay, through these keywords, readers will understand that the topic is all about the development of a contextualized learning material that can eventually help the kindergarten students in enhancing their reading comprehension. And that's all for today, students. I hope that this video helped you recognize the important characteristics that a good research title must have. Keep in mind that the title of your paper is your shop front. If it does not appeal to your reader, they won't read further. At this juncture, let us wrap up our discussion by answering these two questions. First question: what are the qualities and attributes that a good research title should possess? Excellent answer! A good research title is a clearer reflection of the whole content of the research paper. It is also concise and self-explanatory. Likewise, it must be essential and worth to know. For the second question, what are the possible reasons or causes of research problems? Or in other words, how can we come up to a significant research title? Nice answer! Good job, students! We can come up to a significant research title when the solution is already existing but not yet tested and needs for further investigation. Additionally, we can also make a good research title if we consider the research gap in the related literature. This means that we should know the gaps or the problems and do a thorough investigation so that we can address the problem. Therefore, these are the possible reasons or causes of a research problem. In this portion, we will recall the significant learning that you have gained on this video lesson. Here is the instruction. Ends our meaningful and fruitful discussion for today. Again, I am Crisel Villarica, your research teacher, and I would like to remind you that you will go far as long as you have these 3 SHS characteristics: sincere attitude, humble personality, and sense of responsibility. Once more, aim high and strive for excellence. Have a good day, students!